Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VIN11191119, and this is an update to episode 111 that I did November 26th of 2025. This is a 2016 223, which is Caviar Black with LA20 black interior, 71,500 miles for $50,000 for sale in Chicago, Illinois. And it looks like since I did the update, it had 71,226 miles in November. It has 71,445 miles now. So it's added like 200 miles since the last time. And this car is pretty well known in the Lexus community, or was at one time. It had coilovers, it had some nice wheels on it, but it had hail damage, and it previously sold for about $35,000, and then it has changed hands a couple times since then. And it looks like every time the price keeps getting higher and higher. And the $35,000, as I touched on in the original video, I would have bought this car for $35,000 even with the issues it had, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. I think that where it's priced now with what it needs, it's probably still priced a little high, but we'll jump into it. So the previous sales, as I just touched on, the sale back in 2025, $35,000. It was originally $38,000 with headers and the wheels, or $35,000 if it's back to stock with the exhaust. And so it looks like it was sold with stock wheels, and it had coilovers. It had a carbon fiber center console lid, and that's gone. It had an exhaust. $35,000 is what the previous owner acquired it for. So $15,000 less. Onto the photos. So when I first screen grabbed all of this, there were only 4 photos that were posted. Now there's 50. So here it is at the beginning of March of 2026. And you can still see that both of the front carbon fiber trim pieces on the dash are delaminating. The one on the left side of the steering wheel looks like someone had picked all the clear coat resin away, so that's gone. And the passenger side one's delaminating, and of course the passenger side front door is delaminating as well. So you have at least 3 pieces. Don't have any really good pictures of the driver's side one. It looks like it may be starting from what I can see in the photos, but the center console looks like it's okay. The car still has coilovers, still has an exhaust, still has a Takeda intake, and it looks like the stock exhaust is included with the sale. There are pictures of it in the trunk. The previous video, it had some damage on the passenger side front fender, and like the paint was completely missing off of it. It looks like that's been since repaired, so some money has gone into replacing it. I did notice, looking at the passenger side photos, there is a whole lot of orange peel on the passenger rear door, passenger front door. I don't know if there's been some paint work going on there. Something's kind of off to me, just on my radar there. Another thing that I noticed on the exterior is the rear brake rotors are on backward. If you look on the brake rotors on these cars, there's a specific part for each corner, and so you can't buy 2 of the same part and expect it to just work on the rear. There's one for each corner. And the easy way to tell is if you look at the brake rotor, they have these sweeping slots in them, and if you look at the top, they should sweep backwards. And right now, they're sweeping forward. So that tells you that they're on the wrong side. But if it had the same one, if the other side was right and this one was wrong, then it has 2 of the same rotors. And it looks like in this case, just the rear rotors are on the wrong sides. Easily correctable, something of note. But really, this is more of a driver quality car. As I touched on in the previous video, this car had previous hail damage, and it was not reported under insurance because the guy didn't have insurance at the time. He let his insurance lapse, and that's when it got hail damage, and then it was later fixed. I don't know if, paid money out of pocket. Obviously, there was never an insurance claim because it would have been on the Carfax or something like that. So anyway, this car has previous hail damage that hopefully has been repaired properly, PDR or however you want to repair it. Other things of note from the previous video, the very last entry on the service was it had a leaking transmission seal. And I don't know if that's the rear main seal or some kind of internal pump seal that was leaking out, but it had a transmission leak and it had an exhaust leak. And looking at the Carfax, it looks like there's an entry fairly recently where something was inspected. Don't know if that means it was repaired, but that would be something else to look at on this car. Is make sure it's not leaking anything from the transmission, and make sure it doesn't have an exhaust leak. And furthermore, I would look closely at the intake of the Takeda intake. They are known for throwing a code if you don't install them correctly. So I would plug a scanner in when you do a pre-purchase inspection on this car. Make sure that there's no previously stored or previously deleted codes. These cars will show you which codes have been deleted, when they were deleted, how long ago they were deleted, if you have a good scanner. And I have one, and I can see all that. If you delete a code, it'll tell you when you deleted it, what the miles were. I don't think it has the date, but it would be like the mileage on the odometer. So that would be something else to look at. The other thing that I noted in the other video is the rear bumper has epoxied on clips because there was previous damage to the rear bumper. And so I don't know if they tried to repair them or if literally the bumper is epoxied on. There's something going on with that rear bumper as well. Does it still have headers? I don't think it does, but that would be something to look at. It's still on coilovers. You can see the blue caps in the engine bay, and it's still lowered. It's not as low as it was before, so the height's probably been raised up a little bit. But this car being lowered, make sure it has adjustable suspension links. Otherwise, I would put it back to stock height. Otherwise, still have the valley plate to worry about. That can be a $2,000 to $3,000 job, if not more. Some guys have gotten quotes in excess of $3,000 for the valley plate repair on these cars. Yeah, there's still a lot of questions on this car. Not much has changed other than it looks like that there has been some paint work done on the passenger front fender. So now that previous eyesore is now gone. So that brings me to the price. I still think this would be, because of all the other issues and what it needs, like a high 30s car. The price where it was sold last year, $35,000, that would be a great price for me. And at $50,000, I don't think so. It feels expensive based on what it needs. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of paint work, hail damage, bumper damage. There's a lot of stuff going on with this one. And so that brings me to, would I buy this car? I would probably pass on this one unless I could get it for the previous price, $35,000. At that price, I have no problem putting in a little bit more money because at the end of the day, it does have 71,000 miles. So it's pretty average miles for the GSFs for the 2016 model year that you see come up. And so for that reason, at 50 grand, I'm out. But it could have the potential to be a good one, but just know that you're gonna have to throw some money at this one. 50,000 plus tax, title, and license. You're gonna be in this with everything else that it may need, $60,000+. And so for me, it's not worth it. So anyway, that's what I've got. Update for 11/19. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.